Solingen is a city in North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany. It is located on the northern edge of the region called Bergisches Land, south of the Ruhr area, and with a 2009 population of 161,366 is the second largest city in the Bergisches Land. It is a member of the regional authority of the Rhineland.Solingen and is called the City of Blades, since it has long been renowned for the manufacturing of fine swords, knives, scissors and razors made by famous firms such as Dreiturm, DOVO Solingen, Wüsthof, J.A. Henkelsberger, Kloberg, Eichhorn-Solingen, and numerous other manufacturers. In medieval times, the swordsmiths of Solingen coined the town's image, which is preserved to this date. In the latter part of the 17th century, a group of swordsmiths from Solingen broke the guild oaths by taking the sword-making secrets with them to Shotley Bridge, County Durham in England. Geography: Solingen lies southwest of Wuppertal in the Bergisches Land. The city has an area of 89.45 square kilometers, of which roughly 50% is used for agriculture, horticulture, or forestry. The city's border is 62 kilometers long, and the city's dimensions are 15.6 kilometers east to west and 11.7 kilometers north to south. The Wupper River, a right tributary of the Rhine, flows through the city for 26 kilometers. The city's highest point at 276 meters is in the northern borough of Grafrath at the Light Tower, previously the Water Tower, and the lowest point at 53 meters is in the southwest. Neighboring cities and communities. The following cities and communities share a border with Solingen, starting in the northeast and going clockwise around the city: Wuppertal, Remscheid, Wermelskirchen, Leitlingen, Langenfeld, Hilden, Hahn. City administration: Solingen currently consists of 5 boroughs. Each borough has a municipal council of either 13 or 15 representatives elected every 5 years by the borough's population. The municipal councils are responsible for many of the borough's important administrative affairs. The 5 city boroughs: Grafrath, Wall, Mitte, Oelligz, Auf der Hohe, Mescheid, Hoscheid, Berg. The individuals' boroughs are in part composed of separate quarters or residential areas with their own names, although they often lack precise borders. These areas are: Auf der Hohe, Auf der Berg, Borghaus, Gosthorn, Holzhof, Josephsthal, Landwehr, Lodorf, Poligsfeld, Riefniken, Ruppelrath, Siebels, Steinamdorf, Ufer, Wiefeldijk, Berg, Angerscheid, Horath, Grafrath, Central, Flasberg, Flockitschelds, Fockerdal, Ferkeltrath, Heidketzberg, Kaufnamen, Piepersberg, Rathland, Skyton, Zumholz, Hoscheid, Borkhausen, Bunkenberg, Dorperhof, Friedrichsthal, Ferkeld, Gluder, Grunewald, Hasenmüller, Hessen, Katernberg, Kohlsberg, Maiswinkel, Nacken, Pfaffenberg, Pilkhausen, Rollscheid, Ruden, Schabig, Schlicken, Hunnersberg, Wieg, Widdet, Wippy, Mescheid, Baschberg, Dahl, Dingshaus, Ferg, Ferkeilen, Gonrath, Hubben, Hoffnung, Limminghofen, Scharen, Schmalzgrube, Mitte, Antonfuel, Eich, Granenberg, Hasseldell, Cannenhof, Kolverth, Krayenhoe, Mangenberg, Meigen, Munkston, Papiermüller, Scheidet, Schlägbaum, Schroedberg, Stocken, Stockdam, Thurgarten, Vorspel, Windfen, Oelligz, Brabant, Rosshaus, Buschfeld, Kaspersbroich, Duisburg, Engelsberg, Ehof, Hackhausen, Kusenhof, Mankhaus, Mabers, Monhoferfeld, Pachheid, Scharenberg, Schnittet, Sappenheide, Unterland, Wiltshaus, Verlack, Wald, Bavit, Demeltrath, Eskbach, Eigen, Fur, Garzenhaus, Itter, Kotazet, Lochbachtel, Rolsberg, Vogelsang. Weir history. Middle Ages. Solingen was first mentioned in 1067 by a chronicler who called the area Silenchon. Early variations of the name included Solingen, Solingen, and Solegen, although the modern name seems to have been in use since the late 14th and early 15th centuries. Blacksmith smelters, dating back to over 2,000 years, have been found around the town, adding to Solingen's fame as the Northern Europe blacksmith center. Swords from Solingen have turned up in places such as the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms in the British Isles. Northern Europe prized the quality of Solingen's manufactured weaponry, and they were traded across the European continent. Solingen today remains the knife center of Germany. It was a tiny village for centuries, but became a fortified town in the 15th century. Modern age. Interwar period. In 1929, Oligs, located in the Prussian Rhine province, 17 miles by rail north of Cologne, became part of Solingen. Its chief manufactures were cutlery and hardware, and there were iron foundries and flour mills. Other industries are brewing, dyeing, weaving and brick making. World War II. In World War II, the old town was completely destroyed by an air raid of the British Air Force in 1944. 1,800 people died and over 1,500 people were badly injured. As such, there are few pre-war sites in the center. Population. Solingen's population doubled between the years 1880 and 1890 due to the incorporation of the city Dorp into Solingen in 1889, at which time the population reached 36,000. The population again received a large boost on August 1, 1929 through the incorporation of Oligs, Wald, Hoscheid, and Grafrath into the city limits. This brought the population above the 100,000 mark, which gave Solingen the distinction of large city. The number of inhabitants peaked in 1971 with 177,899 residents, and the 2006 population figure was 163,263. The following chart shows the population figures within Solingen's city limits at the respective points in time. The figures are derived from census estimates and numbers provided by statistical offices or city agencies, with the exception of figures preceding 1843, which were gathered using inconsistent recording techniques. 30.9% of the population of Solingen has foreign roots. Travel. Rail. Solingen Hauptbahnhof is served by Rhine-Ruhr S-Bahn-Line S1 from Düsseldorf and Düsseldorf International Airport Station. S-Bahn-Line S7 links Solingen to Wuppertal via Remscheid-Lennep and Wuppertal-Ronsdorf. This line has been operated by Abellio Deutschland starting the 15th of December, 2013. The Rhein-Wupper-Bahn runs over the Gruiten-Köln-Deutz line to Bonn-Melum via Plaudin and Cologne. It has been operated by National Express starting the 13th of December, 2015. Trolleybus. Solingen has a trolleybus network, one of only 3 in Germany remaining besides Eberswalde and Esslingen am Neckar. The network centers on Graf Wilhelm Platz. History. The first trolleybus was brought into service on the 19th of June 1952. The network was a conversion of the previous tram services. Conversion from tramway was completed on the 2nd of December 1959. Extensions to the system were opened in 1981 to Schlegbaum to Hasselstrasse and Hoscheid to Brockenberg, respectively, and in 1993 from Auf der Höhe to Mangenberg, Graf Wilhelm Platz. The mid-1990s saw plans to replace the trolleybuses with diesel buses, but this was never pursued, trolleybuses being preferred over diesel vehicles because of superior acceleration acceleration and better suitability for the hilly terrain. Network as of 2007, 6 lines are in operation. The older lines are served every 10 minutes, and the newer lines run every half hour, although they are duplicated by each other for the majority of the route. Route 681 and 682 interchange with the city's principal railway station, Solingen HBF, which lies in the western suburbs. Line 683 at 14.5 kilometers, by far the network's longest, also connects to the Wuppertal-Schwebebahn at Verwinkel, the northern end of the route and the western terminus of the Schwebebahn. The southern extent of 683 is the picturesque town of Berg an der Wupper, which contains Schloss Berg. Berg is also home to the world's only trolleybus turntable, owing to lack of space to provide a full turning circle. This precludes the use of articulated vehicles like on the rest of the network. Until November 2009, this turntable was in regular use for line 683. Since November 2009, line 683 has been extended to Bergerbahnhof. On the new section, the buses use the diesel engine instead of electricity, as no overhead wires were constructed here. Fleet as of early 2007, the fleet stands at 49 vehicles, 15 articulated Berghof buses, 20 articulated Van Hool buses, and 14 three-axle MAN buses. The latter are due for replacement during 2008. The power supply is 600 VDC. Air traffic: the nearest airports are Düsseldorf International Airport and Cologne Bonn Airport. Both international airports can be reached by train from Solingen Hauptbahnhof. Other easily reached airports are the airports of Frankfurt am Main, Dortmund, and the low-cost airport Wies. Religion: Christianity. Solingen has belonged from its beginnings to the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Cologne, and more specifically to the Archdeaconry of the Probst of St. Cunibert, the Deanery of Deutz. Although the Protestant Reformation gradually made gains in the city, which was under the control of the Counts of Berg, the population by and large remained Catholic for a while. The Catholic community was newly endowed by the local lord in 1658 and in 1701 received a new church building. In 1827, Solingen became the seat of its own deanery within the newly defined Archdiocese of Cologne, to which the city's current parishes still belong. As mentioned, the Reformation only gradually gained a foothold in Solingen. A Reformed church affiliated with the Bergisches was established in 1590, and the city's parish church became Reformed in 1649. Lutherans had been present in Solingen since the beginning of the 17th century, and a Lutheran congregation was founded in 1635. In 1672, a formalized religious agreement was reached between the city's religious groups. The Reformation was also introduced in Grafrath in 1590, where a church council was apparently established in 1629. The Reformed and Lutheran churches were formed into a united church community in 1838. Following the general merger of Reformed and Lutheran churches in Prussia in 1817, the Protestant parishes originally belonged to the district synod of Lennep, today part of the city Remscheid. A new synod was established in Solingen in 1843, and the city acquired its own superintendent, a form of church administrator. This formed the basis for the present-day church district of Solingen, a member of the Evangelical Church in the Rhineland. With the exception of the free churches, most Protestant churches belong to the church district of Solingen. Today approximately 34% of Solingen's population belongs to Protestant churches, and roughly 26% belong to Catholic churches. Other church communities in Solingen include Greek Orthodox, Evangelical Free, Methodist, Seventh-day Adventist, Pentecostal, Salvation Army, and Free churches. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Jehovah's Witnesses and the New Apostolic Church also have communities in Solingen. Image gallery. Islam. Most of the Turkish immigrants belong to the Muslim faith and they have several mosques, worship places in Solingen, Ditib Solingen Wall, Mescid-e-Nur Islamische Gemeinde Miligorus, Islamisches Kulturzentrum, Solingen Kami. Tourism, main sites and culture. Locations of note in the city include main sites Schlossberg, the castle of the Counts of Berg, Mungsten Bridge, a railroad bridge connecting Solingen with the neighbor town of Remscheid. Standing at 107 meters above the ground, it is the highest railroad bridge of Germany. It was constructed in 1897 and originally named the Kaiser Wilhelm Brücke after Wilhelm I. Klosterkirche, a former convent church. Museums. Rhineland Industrial Museum, Hendrikstrop Forge, an anchor point of ERIH, the European route of industrial heritage. Deutsches Klingen Museum, presenting swords and cutlery of all epochs. Kunstmuseum Solingen. Museum Plagiarius. The Plagiarius exhibition shows more than 350 product units, i.e. original products, and the brazen plagiarisms, in direct comparison. The Registered Society conducts an annual competition that awards the anti-prize plagiarius to those manufacturers and distributors that a jury of peers have found guilty of making or selling the most flagrant imitations. Laurel and Amp Hardy Museum, Parks and Gardens. Botanischer Garten Solingen, a botanical garden. Barenloch, Walder Stadtpark in Solingen Wall, Gustav Koppel Park, Sud Park, Brückenpark beneath the Mungsten Bridge. Famous people. Heinz Bender, chief White House pastry chef during U.S. Presidents Johnson, Nixon, Ford and Carter's administrations. Painter Albert Bierstadt was born in Solingen. Heavy metal band Accept, SS Obersturmbannführer Adolf Eichmann, Holocaust perpetrator. Trumpeter and Solingen Youth Orchestra founder Alois Mansfeld. Writer Arthur Moller van den Broek was born in Solingen. Karl Ormenroeder, fighter pilot in Luftstreitkraft during World War I. Ule, artist, photographer and performer who used to perform with Marina Abramovich. Walter Scheel was the fourth president of Germany in 1974 to 1979. Hermann Friedrich Grabe, righteous among the nations by the Israelis. Veronica Ferres, German actress. Mola Edebisi, German TV presenter, grew up and lives in Solingen. Tina Bausch, choreographer, winner of the Goethe Prize in 2008. Adolf Kamphausen, biblical scholar. J.C. de Veran helped lead resistance against Napoleonic occupation in 1813. Adolf Weil, professional motorcycle racer. Kevin Campbell, Slovenian professional football player, was born in Solingen. Sebastian Thrun, educator, computer scientist, and Google VPN fellow. Arthur Moller van den Broek, cultural historian and critic. Richard David Precht, author and philosopher. Christoph Kramer, German professional footballer who won the 2014 FIFA World Cup. The founders of Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company, which later became the automobile company Studebaker, traced the lineage to bladesmen from the region that migrated to America in 1736. Sports. Baseball. The Solingen Alligators are a baseball and softball club from Solingen. The club was founded in 1991 and the first men's team was promoted to the first division of the Baseball Bundesliga for the the 2003 season. It has played there in every season since winning the league championship in 2006 and 2014. The club claims over 250 members. Tschechoslowakische Solingen e.V. 1868 is best known for its chess team, which plays in the Schach-Bundesliga, the top tier of the German chess league system, and is the most successful club in German chess history, having won a record 12 national titles, 3 national cups and 2 European cups. Handball. In handball, Solingen's most successful team is Bergische HC, playing in the top-tier handball Bundesliga, which they were promoted to for the second time in 2013, reaching 15th place in the 2013-14 campaign and therefore staying in the top flight for a second consecutive season. BHC originates from a 2006 cooperation between the SG Solingen and rivals LTV Wuppertal from the nearby city of the same name. The club advertises itself as a representative of the entire Bergisches Land region. The team plays its home games at both Solingen's Klingen Hall and Wuppertal's Unihalle. Reception. In May 1955, the city of Solingen took over the partnership of the German general cargo ship Solingen of the Hamburg American Packet Transit Aktiengesellschaft. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Solingen is twinned with Zolotoria, Poland, since 1955. Gouda, Netherlands, since 1957. Chalon-sur-Saône, France, since 1960. Blythe, United Kingdom, since 1962. Jinotega, Nicaragua, since 1985. Naciona, Israel, since 1986. Thies, Senegal, since 1990. Our, Germany, since 1990. Sponsorship.